Okay, you ready?
I'm ready if you have.
Okay. All right, we're going to call the meeting to order, please. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This special meeting is convened in accordance with provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act of New Jersey. Let the official minutes reflect that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by publishing notices on the township website on July 20th, 2026, pursuant to PL 2025, comma C72, and thereafter posting same on the town hall bulletin board for such notices and filing same with the township clerk. First, I want to say to everyone, thank you so much. We have a great turnout tonight for this special meeting. Another special meeting. How many special meetings has this administration had in the last 2.5 years? Zoom calls, last-minute decisions, ongoing turmoil, last-minute notices, and I'm sure this isn't going to be the last one. So just make sure your phones are on silent, and if you must talk, please go out in the foyer and say a prayer for our town this evening, please. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bradley,
Here.
Councilman Bianchini,
Here.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Here.
Council President Sakozy,
Here.
Councilman Coleman,
Here.
Councilman Aber,
Here.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Here.
All right, listen, Councilwoman O'Toole, can you hear me? It's David Sakozy, Council President.
Can.
Okay. Where are you right now?
Excuse me?
Where are you calling from right now?
I am home.
Are you home? Okay. Are you using your house phone, a cell phone, or the township phone?
I am using my cell phone, thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone there with you? Because the reason is I'm concerned, and there's some other council people here. You know, number one, we hope you're well, and but we're concerned that you're continuing to phone in, but you have to go through the bylaws of council. Okay, you have to reach out to me 24 hours
Okay, can I ask-
beforehand,
is there anybody-
and you have to let me know that you're going to be phone calling in. Go ahead, please.
She reached out to administration, Dave, and everybody, we have to make a reasonable accommodation when somebody has an infirm-
Mayor,
You have
you're
to
not
make a-
recognized yet,
It's
and
okay,
you
I'm
don't
ju-
speak for her.
No, I'm
Thank
not
you.
speaking for her. I'm speaking for the
So-
administration. She reached
Okay,
out to the administration.
So she's supposed to reach
And you
out
have
to
to
the
make a
council
reasonable-
president.
you have to
Do
make a
not
reasonable-
talk over me. I have the floor.
For myself,
You wait until you're recognized. Thank you. Go ahead, please, Councilwoman O'Toole.
okay, I have several problems, of which one is.
Doesn't have to-
You don't have to
She
tell
does
us the
not have to
problems.
tell people.
Just say it's health problems.
Public. But if you need a letter from my doctor or anything like that, or my doctors, I will be very happy to.
This is highly
procure one
inappropriate.
for the
Highly,
council,
highly, highly
and they will
inappropriate.
have
Mayor,
it
she's
by
speaking.
late
It's so
tomorrow
inappropriate.
Or the next day.
Okay, if you could provide that and put attention to me, that would be,
I'll
Much
I will
appreciated.
be happy to do that, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I think we're on number 5.
No, we're on item 6, and that's an ordinance. By the way, for the record, there are no minutes or reports or bills today. But,
Okay.
so we're moving on to item 6, and that's a final reading. It's an ordinance approving a pilot extension for the Highland Plaza Affordable Housing Development located at Block 537, lots 23, 106, and 107, in connection with an extension of the development's existing deed controls. This is a final reading, so public comment is required.
Okay. So is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on number 6? If so, please come forward. Just state your first and last name. You don't have to give your street address to say if you live in Toms River or not. Thank you.
Phil Brilliant, Holly Lane, Toms River. Is this on?
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like it. There you go.
You could take it out if you.
Hello. There we go. Okay. Phil Brilliant. Just a couple of questions, and I'm not quite sure. I do see Mr. Zangari in the audience, so I don't know if he's going to be answering questions. Just looking through the ordinance, it looks like we're extending a pilot for about 30 years, for exactly 30 years, and that'll take us to 2064, because it's 30 years based upon the current expiration, which is 2034, so 30 years on top of that. And then in that, it says that we're going to be lowering the service charge from 7.5% to 5% in 2034 when the 30 years kicks in. Do we have any idea what that estimated reduction in the pilot will be, the cost?
No, sir.
You don't want an answer?
I would like an answer if Mr. Zangari is going to give an answer. I didn't know if he was going to provide any testimony tonight or answer questions on these ordinances.
Would you like to answer him? Okay.
So they don't like the extensions, they want more development.
Can you hear me now?
I got you.
Okay, good. The township's financial analyst performed an evaluation of those figures. Those were provided internally in the township. I don't have those materials with me.
Okay, I have a
Which
question real quick. Who was this analyst?
It was the township's current financial analyst. I can get that name for you. I'm not. Those are not my materials.
I would like a name.
I don't have a problem if Mayor Roderick has an answer if he wishes to answer.
No,
Because
not
he knows the
this
people.
yet.
It's
We'll-
up to you.
We'll get the name later.
Your call. Okay.
Please continue.
My other question was, and I'm not sure, the $3.2 million that we're going to pay the developer, the property owner, over 10 years. My questions, and hopefully you may have an answer, may not, was that based on an appraisal? Is that negotiated? How was that number calculated out?
That comes from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, so we don't pay. We don't pay. The developers that developed in the prior round, the 10 years of outrageous development occurred, there was $9 million in that trust fund. Those are the monies that are used to extend the affordable housing for an additional 30 years.
But that
And
wasn't
this
my
was-
question. My
these
question
are-
is, how did we come up with $3.2 million to give them?
This is all part of, basically, the financial folks look into what it would cost and what the unit would cost and whether it works, right? So you got to give these units to people, for some cases, significantly less than what an apartment would cost. Some people
So-
pay only a few $100s, right? So that's why we have an affordable housing trust fund, is to help subsidize that. It's part of the state law. This is a very good deal. It doesn't cost the taxpayers anything, and it gives us hundreds. These extensions of controls give us hundreds of units worth of
Thank
credit.
you, Mayor. Thank
that's-
you.
That's my next question. On this affordable housing plan, how many credits is this giving us?
This is 110. This is 110 units.
which is $30,000 a unit over after 30 years, right? It's not a lot of money.
110 units, 55 bonus credits on top of that.
So
So that's
165.
165. Yeah, it's a lot of units, Mr. Breen.
And then,
Lots
so
lots.
that's a pilot extension of 30 years, 1.3 million. We have already approved Village Bay Lee is 2.4 million coming out of the trust fund. Dover Chase is another 1.5 million. You did say there's 9 million. I understand that and I agree. But if we spend more than the 9 million, that would then be something that's
No,
bonded.
it's constantly coming in, right? So whenever there's a constant tax, it's constantly generated.
Tax to the developer.
It's not to residents.
Right,
These
not
are
to the
all
residents.
paid with the fees that are taken from developers.
Agreed. And I'm okay with that. I think, again, I think this is using the plan properly. This is what I think the town has done on some of the properties. And my last comment is that I would love to meet the manager, because naming your company the Triple Lindy, anybody know what that is?
The dive.
I've seen.
It's the dive. I do love that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
What's the triple
But, Mr. Brilliant, I just want to add to this that number 6 is 100% the mayor's plan. We were never
Yes.
brought into it. We were never informed about it.
Thank
We
you for
were
the
never
credit.
part of the discussion. We were never asked our ideas. So this is 100% on him, number 6. Thank you.
And
Yes, sir.
Mr. Council.
Michael Messina, I'm a resident of Toms River.
Thank you.
Just curious, when these deals are negotiated, besides the lawyer and the mayor, is the council involved on any level at all?
No.
Does that seem odd to anybody in the room? It seems a little
me.
odd to me. Yeah.
Well, just so you know,
One at a time, gentlemen.
just so you know, I was invited by Dave to go to a meeting at attorney's office, and I was told I wasn't inviting, that I was an entourage, and I had to leave. So you could take it for what it's worth, but I know what's going on. They didn't want me to be in that meeting to hear what they were talking about, and I'm putting it on the record that this guy is doing everything behind our backs and wants us to approve things, and I'm tired of it.
All
It
right.
has to stop.
No, again,
I'll elaborate on this. I got a phone call from the mayor that after, like a couple months ago, maybe more, when things weren't turning out too good and he had to renegotiate, he goes, "We're having a meeting with another builder. Would you like to attend?" And I said, yes. And it was at a local attorney's office. I said, all right, this is good. So maybe we could get somewhere. I asked Robert Bianchini, councilman, to come with me because he knows 100% more than I do. He worked in government, unfortunately, in Asbury Park for years and years and years. So he knows all this stuff. So we're up front. The meeting was at 5 o'clock, and we're waiting to come. And the mayor shows up with the township attorney, and the first thing he says, we're waiting outside. What's he doing here? And I said, he's here to listen. I don't want him here. He's got to go. And I'm thinking, this is private property. This is a lawyer's office. And I don't think that fast, but I said, well, if you're asking him to leave, I'm going to leave too. I'm not going in there without a witness next to my side. So we both left. We both left. So I don't know what happened in there.
So
But
to the question,
that's to your question.
the mayor and the mayor alone decides without consulting with the council on all these financial matters. That's what it appears to be.
That's what it appears to be with the
Okay.
4 of us.
Just curious.
The 3 of these, I don't know. But I doubt it sincerely because
Well, I just,
I don't think they did their homework. And I just got this like a little less than an hour ago. All this paper, we all got this less than an hour ago.
To
Unless
vote on.
they
to vote on.
got it to vote on this. okay?
Well, how can you vote on it if you didn't read it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the way it stands, the council was not involved with the financial decisions for the township, and it was the mayor and the mayor alone making that decision. That's what it sounds like.
That's correct.
I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
who else.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else, please?
I got a question for Zagaro.
Okay.
I just want to understand, so there was 9-point-something million dollars in a trust fund for affordable housing,
Existing. trust
existing,
fund.
right?
Yes.
Whatever, roughly, I don't know the exact amount, but it was 9-something million dollars plus, correct?
I'm gonna, the specific numbers, I'm gonna turn to the planners to go into those numbers, but on the larger procedure, I'm happy to take a question from you.
Okay, my question is,
Yeah, but
off of
I
that.
think I can probably answer some
Yeah,
part of the
so my
question.
point is that out of that fund, the trust fund that you have set up, where does the revenue come from?
The revenue is collected, so the money in the Affordable Housing Trust Fund comes from developers as development occurs over time.
As well as if a resident puts an addition on their house, if a construction person if they put an addition on a commercial building or something like that, everybody pays a fee into this affordable housing, correct?
There are exceptions for certain size
Okay, there is some,
properties.
but what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
is
not a
this-
garage.
This is.
Not a
actually
resident.
Taxpayers' money that we're actually using indirectly, one way or the other.
It
So
is not.
if you have one moment.
It's developers' money for large
So,
scale
but-
Let's say
development.
but if
you're a small, let's
Even
say
if it's
you're,
even if it's a developer, and they put money out of their pocket, who do you think that developer is going to charge to get reimbursed for the money that he put out of his pocket? The person that's buying that property,
You
which
mean
is
the
a
one renting the
taxpayer.
I'll
apartment?
just say that the way it works,
Well, I know how it works, but you guys or the
I'm
mayor's
just saying
claiming
that-
that it's no taxpayers' money. Everything that we spend is taxpayers' money. I want to make that perfectly clear.
no, what I want to just say is the non-commercial development fee, that's statewide mandated, but
I'm
I
not-
understand.
Listen, I don't care if it's
policy,
statewide, townwide, or whatever. I'm just trying to prove a point that
That makes
you
no
cannot
sense.
sit there and put a smokescreen up saying it's not.
sense.
Everything that the municipality gets is taxpayers' money.
Hmm.
Plain and simple. Where they get it from, how they get it, I don't care. I'm just telling you, we can't say taxpayers are not paying for it. They are paying for it. And it's 9-something million dollars. And also on top of that, there is actually people that are getting pilot programs that are also getting $25,000 to actually renew their pilot programs. And guess what? That's taxpayers' money or out of the so-called slush fund. So it's almost like a bribe that we're doing.
The state takes the money back if you don't utilize it for affordable housing.
Oh, listen,
So
I get what
Dave
you're
remembers
saying.
this from
It's
being on the
taxpayers'
plan
money.
board.
It's
Mayor,
taxpayers'
going
money.
forward, when you have to add,
Just
I'll
ask.
recognize you.
Thank you. You want to recognize me for just a second?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Couple seconds.
Yeah, so again, as you heard, this is nearly 180 some odd units. It's being paid for entirely by fees that were generated by developers. If we don't use that money goes back to the state after a certain period of time. I believe it's 10 years, so we were at the end of the 10-year period. We have to use it. As far as who it's subsidized or does it cost someone more money, you're saying who pays that ultimately? I guess the person living in the apartment, if they're paying higher rent or something along those lines, but I think this is all in the calculus when they build, right? So
It's taxpayers.
it's state mandated, it's got to be used for affordable housing, or it goes back to the state. So I think it's a good use for us to extend these affordable housing units. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Council President.
You're welcome, and I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who is this financial analyst? Who,
Well, I think we use NW, right? We use NW. It's bid. It's bid. So this is not like it was bid, and I believe, what is it? Or it's an it's an RFP. It's NW Financial. It's a huge company. It's not,
and this is what they do for,
they're involved in our budget process. They're involved with compliance. It's a huge company. I think they've been here for a decade.
Okay.
So.
thank you for
you.
answering. Yes, we're still on number 6,
Yes.
okay? To
Jan-
state your name and if you live in Toms River, please.
Janet Lang, 37 Cedar
No,
Drive.
you don't have to give your address, just say, I live in Toms River.
Yes, well, I do. I just want to say for clarity's sake that I totally understand that paying into the Affordable Housing Fund is definitely a state mandate. But I can tell you that as a resident of Toms River and a taxpayer of Toms River, when I made renovations to my home, I could not get a CO until I paid a fee into the Affordable Housing Fund,
Thank
and
you.
I had to write a separate check. So perhaps funds coming from residents of single-family homes, are they put into the same pot as developers, or is it kept separate?
And how?
I
did
think
they
it's put in the
determine
same
that-
pot if it's one fund, but it does happen. And people who live here and they want to improve their properties, they have to pay a percentage of that improvement into the affordable fund. And it's not just developers, it is people that
It
live
is
here,
residents, I know.
including myself at one time, and it was done. So I'm not arguing, I agree that it's required, and I'm not saying that,
It's more to it than.
but
the
it's
thing
not
is-
just developers.
but-
It is just people living in single-family homes that maybe
But
need to
the-
upgrade them or something like that. It is
You
just that.
can't sit up here and
Just make
tell
this
me
stuff up.
it's not a cost to the taxpayers.
Well,
a blatant lie.
or to just say that it's per people running commercial properties that are profiting
It's still a
off
tax.
of this, that
It's
they
still
are
a
the
tax.
only ones shouldering
Everybody's paying it.
the bill. Other people do pay.
Exactly.
Maybe they pay the bulk of it because they're doing the most development, but it is also just people that have single-family homes
Well-
paying into the
All right,
fund.
thank
That's all I
you.
wanted to say.
The only place that this can go is toward affordable housing. It's
know,
not
but
allowed
we're
to go
paying-
anywhere else, or it goes right back to the
All right,
state of New Jersey.
Is there anyone else, please, that has a comment or a question on number 6? No? I need a motion to close public comment on number 6.
Motion to close public comment.
Roll call, please.
Motion to close public comment was made by Council Vice President Iverson, seconded by Councilman Bradley. Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Council President Sukosi,
Um,
to close.
Just a friendly reminder that Council Vice Chair Nivison and me, we vote last, all right, on everything. Just- Okay?
Okay.
So it's my turn. I vote yes. But going forward, please.
Okay. Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole,
Yes.
and now we need a motion on ordinance 6.
Okay?
I make a motion that the
Wait,
ordinance
wait,
be accepted
wait,
as
wait,
read.
Councilwoman O'Toole, do any council people have any comments or questions on number 6?
No, we haven't
Yes.
voted yet on 6.
We haven't voted on.
Yeah, but I'm asking them if they have any questions on number 6, any of us,
No,
before we vote. That's what I'm asking.
I'd like to comment.
Okay.
I just have one thing that has been discussed before, and I think is fairly obvious. Yeah, it may be directly, indirectly, part of some kind of taxation for the community, but we all invest in Toms River, number one. Secondly, we have to be reminded that if these things do not pass, the impact that it's going to have on this town for a long time is going to be pretty severe. And we have to consider that. Do I like to pay any extra money in taxes? No, I don't. But I also believe in investing in Toms River. My taxes just went up $2,000 1 year. But you know what? I'm not yelling and screaming about it because I understand why it had to happen. We had to support our schools, we had to support the library and so on. So it's an investment in Toms River. And again, do we want to take a chance on this not passing and really causing harm to Toms River over the long run because of the number of units that could be built and the freedom that it gives developers what to do? They don't have to go to the planning board. They don't have to go to the zoning board. They don't have to adhere to setbacks. Is that what we want for Toms River? I don't want it that way. So this is something else you have to think about. Yeah, it may cost you some bucks indirectly, but I think the long-range thought is let's do what's best for Toms River. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Should have did it last year, then when you had the majority. That's what you should have did then.
Okay, all right, thank you. Councilwoman O'Toole, did you have a comment to make?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Anyone else? All right, so, would someone like to make a motion on number 6, for or against?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Motion to approve was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Bianchini. Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole,
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Sakozy.
Again, I want to say again, number 6 is 100% the mayor's ordinance. We were not involved in this one way or the other, and we're doing it for the good of the town. And I believe we could have done better if we were brought on board. This has been going on since December, and it's almost August 1st. It's a couple days away, so I'm voting yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on to number 7, please.
Yes. Item number 7 is an ordinance adopting amendments to the existing affordable housing zone known as the EMF 23 multifamily zone to generate 42 affordable units for the Jamestown Village development located at Block 610, lots 1, 2, 3, 5, 11, 30, 31, and 33. Again, this is a final reading, so it needs public comment.
Okay. Anyone in the audience, please, have any comments on number 7? If so, please come forward and let us hear. Just state your first name and your last name, and if you're a resident only of Toms River. You don't have to give your address.
Julie Adamek, resident of Toms River. My comment as far as the location of the Jamestown Village development and expansion, my understanding it's going to be a multi-story facility that's being, or a building that's added. And from what I've read recently, the buildings might even be closer, 25 feet apart. Anybody that lives in that area of Toms River knows that that area is extremely congested. The mayor has approved a multi-story building that's going to be over rather close to that riverside cemetery on Route 9, 166. Everyone knows that that complete area backs up bumper to bumper going to to 37 and going to the downtown area. It's backed up the entire distance. So to bring more people into that area is a poor decision. That area is also has a high crime rate in the area. There's a drug problem in the area. They've had murders at the Hampton Gardens, which is close by. Then you've had right there by the Riverside Cemetery, the traffic pattern is so horrendous with pedestrians crossing over to get to the ShopRite side. There was a young mother pushing a stroller that got killed. So these are all things that have to be taken into consideration. I think it's an absolutely horrible location to be putting more people and people that are maybe disadvantaged and cannot afford, normal rents. I think it's a terrible location. So that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, I just want to follow up on that, if I may, please, Julie. So, as I recall, they came before the zoning board a few years back for the same, pretty much the same application, I believe. I wasn't on the zoning board, I was on the planning board, and I believe it was a long, drawn-out battle, and I think please, somebody correct me if I'm misspeaking, that they lost on like all fronts on their
Dave,
application
just so you
to
know,
this.
Dave, just so you know, I was on the zoning board when that application came in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And it got knocked down. It failed. Because of
Okay.
all the complaints with the traffic, overdevelopment, everything. It failed, plain and simple, just so you know.
Okay, all right. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Uh,
All right, so
and-
that's my
and
comment.
The other comment I would just like to add in is, the Roderick Five that are always in support of everything that he does, that are really to the detriment of the town, and the downtown project that he torpedoed and is having repercussions now with the legal system because of what he did. I think people have to think back to when that Meridia project was first proposed downtown. One of the proposals relating to that was an arrangement with the hospitals, because the hospital, as everyone knows, who's lived in Toms River for years, and I've lived here since childhood, our healthcare system has not been it has not been stellar in this community. And they've been trying to advance and make the medical care in the community more progressive. Because realistically, we've been 10 years behind the
They
time.
came in front of the planning board a couple years back and they presented the planning board and the township with a 20-year plan to improve everything. And on this project downtown, they actually came to every meeting in favor of that project where it's a teaching hospital now, I believe. And they have young doctors that need a place, and they were going to create a shuttle service,
Right.
a place for people to walk around downtown and stuff like
Right,
that.
and
But
that
thank
would
you.
have provided apartments that would have been affordable, because anyone that knows anything about interns or residents knows that they do not make a lot of money, and they work extremely long hours, and they need someplace close to the hospital.
Okay, thank you, Julie.
Council President, I would just like to address one point here that I think is
Okay,
important
go
before
ahead,
Mr.
please.
Brilliant gets up. First of all, they filed as an objector. We had an obligation set by the state. They filed as an objector, which means they had they were going to get into the plan. Whether we let them in or not, they'd get into the plan because there was a required number of units, and they filed, right? They came down here to the council meeting and they served us with something, I believe. So they would have gotten in the plan, but what we did is we did negotiate a really terrific deal. I believe it was supposed to be 40% affordable or something along those lines. I think it got reduced down to 30-something because they couldn't make it work in the area, but it's still almost twice as many affordable units as you would see in a normal development. So
Who's they?
the developer,
James-
Jamestown, the owner of Jamestown, they came down here that night, remember, and they,
I think you're talking about Meridian, sorry.
no, they came down here and they handed us something. They filed as an objector. They would have gotten in the plan. They would have, no matter what, we negotiated a very good deal where it has a very high percentage of affordable units to market rate units. I think that was a good move.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Yes, sir.
Phil
Just your
Brilliant, Toms River.
First and last name, and you live in Toms River.
I do, thank you. So, Mr. Zangari, or anybody want, so on, I think, April 22nd of 2026, this was approved on second reading. Why is it back again?
So there was an initial zoning ordinance that was passed. This is an amendment to that zoning ordinance. The developers continued to, when the matter was extended by the court, a mediator was brought in to mediate all the disputes. And there was a question as the developer was pressing on three aspects of the plan. They continued to pursue and threaten a lawsuit against the township. And so the
Okay, I
township
have to
mediated
stop you
to
right
address-
here. What disputes?
Right, what were they? I don't know
What,
what we're talking-
name a couple of
we
the
just-
disputes?
So when I say disputes, I can have our planner walk through what was modified in the plan, but they continued to press and threaten they threatened to continue to challenge the rest of the plan. There was an opportunity to mediate their dispute.
What did we end up getting, 30 some odd units? What did we get?
42.
No, originally it was 42, I think. Are we still getting 42?
42.
Yeah, we're still getting 42, but I think the number of market rate units and the shift, right? Whether, which units would be affordable, the old ones or the new ones, was things like that. They were, look, we got a great number of units out of that. 20% would have been half of
All
that.
right, thank you. So, again, certain people were left out of this communication and negotiation, and this is the very first time that I'm hearing of it, and I don't think Councilman Bradley, Bianchini, or Vice Chair Nivison ever heard of it until right now, and that was a great point in question bringing that up.
I'm not done yet.
I know
So,
you're not.
and we ended up
See-
here. We ended up here because Hope's Crossing withdrew. Otherwise, the judge signed off of anything in January. If they hadn't withdrawn, we wouldn't be here today.
Well, I would say that it was Hope's Crossing and it was the Route 70 inclusionary project, which was not, which the council did not choose to proceed on. So I would say it's not just Hope's Crossing, it's also the Route 70 project.
But I don't think it ever came back to council. It was just removed.
It was just removed.
Just removed. It was because it was approved. It went to the judge with Route 70 in there. He signed off on it, so it wouldn't have come back.
The Route 70 zoning was not passed by the council.
Okay.
The Route 70 project came forward for with zoning that would implement that plan, which would have allowed that mechanism to go forward. It was rejected, which was a major plank that caused us to caused the township and the administration to make decisions on an alternative direction.
But that was after Hope's Crossing withdrew and the judge had signed it with Route 70 in there.
So what happened was Hope's Crossing it was derailed, and there was another mechanism that was actually supported by council, which was the Route 9 township-owned properties. There was a resolution that was adopted recognizing that as an alternative mechanism. The township returned with a package, and the Route 70 project was strenuously objected to. And so regardless of whether or not Hope's Crossing was problematic, there was an alternative mechanism.
Okay.
However, then Route 70 became problematic. It was very clear the council rejected that. And so it's not just Hope's Crossing. I just need to be clear on that one.
And if by some chance we ended up in builder's remedy for some reason, okay, and you basically the builders can do a lot, and then maybe Mr. Hunt can answer this, can do a lot relative to ignoring zoning, ignoring planning, and things like that, but they cannot ignore state mandated environmental rules, correct?
That's a fair statement.
Okay, and everything except for 14 acres in Toms River is part of the CAFRA zone. So isn't there a chance that builder's remedy, if it came in here, is not as devastating? I know it's a hypothetical question. You don't have to answer it, but I think it's important to know that they still have to abide by all state rules, even if builder's remedy comes into play.
CAFRA is still out there.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
CAFRA is still a requirement. The ability to utilize builder remedies to a builder's advantage and the affordable housing laws is
Stronger mechanism?
It is a mechanism that can be utilized effectively. But yes, CAFRA still needs to be addressed.
Okay, and so we have on this apartment complex, which I will tell you personally, I really don't like.
Please
I'll go real quick.
continue.
I'll go real quick. So
No,
this,
take your time.
so this was brought to the zoning board, as was mentioned prior, and it was denied by the zoning board. It then went as high as the appellate division of New Jersey, and that the decision of the zoning board of Toms River was confirmed. Okay, and now we have it in front of this board, which is basically passing zoning changes within the ordinance that wouldn't pass the zoning board, but you're bypassing what was denied by Toms River Township Zoning Board and ignoring the decision of the court at that time. There may be some tweaks to the plan, but at the end of the day, the zoning board of Toms River denied it. The judge, 2 judges, I believe, upheld it, okay? And to approve it tonight, you are just ignoring and bypassing what the zoning board of Toms River did and what a judge upheld. At the same time, it's giving you 42 units in the middle of a congested area with a school. I'm not quite sure where it's going to fit on the property. I haven't seen plans. I don't know. But, you know, back in April, Judge Gertner basically said, when he gave an extension, which we thought would never happen, he said, Meridia shall be permitted to participate in the continued proceedings in the matter as a challenger by virtue of the August 2025 challenge filed through the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Plan. So my question is, what has been Meridia's involvement here? Because they have 43 units, here's 42.
You want the towers, in other words.
So I can
So,
actually speak, I can.
You want the downtown
What
towers
has been their involvement?
and a builder's remedy, in the downtown towers. Thank you, Phil, for outing yourself today. We appreciate that.
Mayor, you're.
I'm so sorry. You're right. I wasn't recognized. You're right. But
Okay.
you've allowed him to speak now for about 20
You
minutes
would
today.
like to speak, just,
Stop. Don't pick a fight with David. Just go ahead.
if you would like to speak, ask.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So my question is,
the way it-
what has been Meridian's response since they were told that they were back to be able to be considered?
Yeah, so what I can just speak to this one aspect on Meridia is what we're seeing in courts throughout New Jersey, because every county has its own Mount Laurel judge, every vicinage, and they're doing things a little bit differently. But what we are seeing is that when a municipality is required to amend their housing element in a different way than it was presented in the program, right? Like if we had gone through the program, had the housing element, and it had been voted on by council, a challenger who didn't make it out of the program couldn't then come before the court and continue arguing. However, because there's a need to amend the housing element, the judge said then if you're going to be amending your housing element outside the program process, then I'm going to give a shot to Meridia to still be in. So they have a seat at the table because of the rejections and
Explain what you mean, though. In other words, we are in settlement talks. Is that fair to say?
So the court ordered that Meridia is allowed to be at the hearing, be at the court cases, appear, make comment. They're also obligated to participate in mediations and to present a settlement if they'd like to try to settle their.
We are in
their
settlement.
cases.
We are. I know I'm not
So-
supposed to say, but we are in settlement
So
talks.
so if we have,
Excuse me, Phil, I got to interrupt you, and I apologize. So I'm hearing this for the first time, that you're saying that the township is in negotiation?
No, you're not. You're not hearing this for the first
Yeah,
time, Dave.
Okay.
It was mandated by the judge, and it was written
okay.
in the Asbury Park
All right,
Press.
but I don't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see that.
Listen.
So this is the first time that I'm hearing it, that the township is
This is the
in,
new strategy. for the tower,
is in negotiation and settlement with the downtown project? Is that true? Yes or no?
We've had discussions with them, yes. And you've been aware of that.
Okay.
In fact,
no,
you and I-
have not been aware of
Yes,
that.
you've been aware of it.
No, I have not, Mayor.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
I have not.
Yes, you
No,
have.
have I
It's in the
not.
newspaper. Dave.
So you're entertaining a okay, thank you. Please
Thank you.
proceed.
I just have one quick question. My question is, why would the council approve 42 units on a property that the zoning board has prior denial, 2 courts upheld it, when you have an approved planning board approval for 42 affordable units downtown Toms River?
Because nobody
That's my
wants the
question.
towers.
Thank you very much.
No one wants the towers, that's why.
All right.
No one wants the
It's-
towers.
okay.
Except certain,
Mayor, you're
except
not
a certain
recognized.
Republican club.
Okay. Sir,
A non-official
fine.
Republican
So-
club wants those
so-
towers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't call out. Thank you. So is there anyone else that has a comment on number 7? Okay, seeing none, I need a motion
No,
to
wait,
close.
how about council? Does it,
No, it comes after public, Councilman.
close it out? Okay.
Okay. I need a motion to close public comment on number 7. Is there a second? Okay, thank you.
Motion to close public comment on item 7 was made by Councilman Bianchini,
Bianchini.
seconded by Councilman Nivison. Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Yes.
Vice President Nivison,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole,
Yes.
and Council President Sarkozy.
Yes.
Okay, now we need a motion on item
No,
7.
no, we're going to have
All right.
council comments or questions. So does any councilman or councilwoman have any comments
Yeah, so I wanted to ask,
or
what
questions?
what is the height of this new building gonna be in Jamestown?
I'm going to hand that off on those details to the
Yeah,
planner.
I don't know. I heard so many conflicting reports, so I just want to make sure that I know exactly.
Here, I just got this tonight.
Yeah, but does it say 3 stories, 2 stories, whatever?
I don't know. It's probably in there.
Yes, so, hi, Richard Hunt, Township Planner. The ordinance has been revised, however, the height has not been changed, so it will not be higher than any existing building on the property.
So that's a 2-story building there or 3? Okay.
Jamestown is 2 stories.
That's what I believe. Okay.
Just so it's on the record, Jamestown is 2 stories.
Sorry, building height not to exceed 40 feet with 3 stories.
Oh, I see. There's a big
Okay,
difference then.
yeah.
So
so
Is it 3
3
stories?
stories.
That was the existing ordinance, that has, that.
That's
section
That's
of
the existing ordinance.
the-
But what I'm
That
getting
section
at
of the
though-
ordinance has not been changed.
Okay, but I'm getting at is the developer can actually go up to that height there.
Yes.
They could have beforehand as well.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm saying though, is that elevation of that existing grade over there, and if they went up 40 feet, will it actually be higher
It has to
than
go to
all
the
the
planning
surround-
board.
than all the surrounding buildings that are around it. So the residents that live in that area there will be looking at this building towering down at them. If it's 40, 30,
I
40 feet.
I can read verbatim what the code says. It's very restrictive. Maximum building height should not exceed 40 feet with 3 stories as measured in either in feet or in floor levels above the grade level as determined by the average grade elevation at the corners of the building, whichever is more restrictive.
That's the
Okay,
existing code that's been on the record here
That's
for,
fine. So what I'm getting at, that grade over there is pretty flat on James Way. So let's just say arbitrarily that it's at 40. I think it's 42 the last time I looked at. So if they went up possibly 3 stories, let's say 35 feet, you're looking at the top of that building at elevation 75. That elevation will actually be higher than the 6-story buildings downtown. Plain and simple.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, you
Um,
can shake your head. It can be. It can be.
I
And all
just-
those residents that live around Jamestown will be looking down, they'll be getting looked down up as far as all the residents
You
that
think-
live there.
you
You're
think
gonna have a
this-
high
this will be
rise
6 stories?
in a residential neighborhood is what you're gonna have.
excuse me, Council President, could I jump in with some comment?
Um,
It'll be short.
Make it short, please. Thank you.
Yeah, the entire run is apartments. It's surrounded by apartments. It's the height that's always been on record. The project is really just about how many units and what, any kind of plans have to go to the planning board. This is just a question of, are we going to live up to our settlement agreement that already the court is involved in this? We're supposed to get 42 units here. Like I said,
Yes, and Gary, not him.
Okay.
this is the height of all of the apartments on that stretch, the entire stretch. So it's not like this is towering over a single-family home, that there's a big 2-story building over a single-family home. Every building in Jamestown is that height.
No, no.
2 to 3, 2 stories. But this is not saying that it has to be 3, or it's saying it has to.
No,
No, so what you're saying is the zoning allows it to be.
that's correct.
So this is really just about 42 units, and I doubt the planning board would approve something higher.
Okay. But we don't know that right now, Mayor, so thank you. I
Right.
think Council Vice Chair Nivison has
In
a
my
comment.
youth, I did maintenance in that apartment complex, and the buildings are 24 feet tall right now, the 2 stories. If we approve 42 feet, they could potentially go up that high,
No.
correct?
No, we're not approving 42 feet. We're,
It's 40 feet.
the zone is the zone,
40
Mr.
feet,
Nivison.
40 feet.
They could.
That's the zone. We're approving 42 affordable units. We're not approving a height on anything.
Yeah, but-
they have to have a plan, and they have to go to the planning board. So this is about the units. Let's not conflate 2 entirely different things.
I got one more question.
All right. go
The zoning allows that, but you would have to still get a plan approved, and I doubt
Thank you,
anybody's
Mayor.
going to allow that.
So, Mr. Zingari, is there going to be a pilot program in this affordable housing over there on Jamesway Village or Jamestown Village?
I apologize. The question was whether or not there would be a pilot.
Yeah, is there a pilot program for these units over there?
Yeah, so prior to this zoning ordinance being enacted by vote, there was also a vote brought to the council for the settlement agreement with Jamestown. And that settlement agreement that was voted on, I don't know if it was a month or 2 months ago, included a pilot, provided that sufficient documentation to the satisfaction of the township council was presented. The settlement agreement does envision, as a standard with affordable housing projects, a pilot.
The only reason I'm asking is because I remember when the mayor was running for, when he was campaigning for mayor, he was adamant about pilot programs, and now all of a sudden we're giving out these pilot programs like we're giving out candy to a kid. So I'm just trying to say, if we're working with someone over there and we're making all these exceptions so that they can do this project, they already building there. I voted no on the zoning board because it was too much. Okay, now you're gonna get them to build even more units, and everybody's complaining about flooding, everybody's talking about runoff. You're taking all this pervious area and you're building on every square inch that there possibly is to get 42 units?
So just one item I should just clarify, because I've heard it a few times, I need to just clarify. The 42 units, there's 28 of the affordables are new construction. The remainder of those affordables
Just
are
the-
conversions over. So the
42,
pilot
I get
both
it.
supports the
So
conversion.
actually, out of the, what'd you say, the 28, how many is the total new units gonna be?
That is in the settlement.
I would like to jump in here on the pilot, because Dave, I'm getting accused, all right, I'm getting accused about these pilots.
You're not getting accused
Okay,
of anything, Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay?
The pilots were in place in many of these places before. If someone is going to build affordable housing and rent units out, in some cases for just a few $100s, they're not going to do it without the incentives, and then you need the units.
So
You need the units. They won't build them without incentives. The prior administration put all of these incentives in every affordable housing complex we have in the town has a pilot, every single one.
Okay.
So
All right.
they have to be there, or they're never going to build them, and then it'll be builder's remedy. So
Thank you.
So just so you know, I have one more to add to that, Mr. Zangari. I know he may say he's not for the pilots, but let me tell you, with a lot of these affordable housings, a lot of these people that are buying them and renting them, they're renting them out, which they're not allowed to do, and they're taking that money and putting it in other places. No one's following up on all of these other ones that are in affordable housings for the last 25 years. I've went out to some of these neighborhoods and they told me, those people they rent there, they're paying $1,500. Guess what? That's fraud. People are taking advantage of this system that we're trying to get crammed down our throat, and he's telling me he's against the pilot program. This is just getting worse and worse by the minute, because now you're going to have more affordable housings. They're all going to jump in there, buy them. They're going to be cheap. And guess what's going to happen? After 2 or 3 years, they get a promotion at work. They want to buy a house. They're considered starter homes, okay? But they don't sell them because they can turn around and rent these things out for $1,500, $2,500. I know. So
You can't rent
so
out
what I'm
affordable
getting to
housing.
is there's a big scam that's going on here, and all we're doing is just ignoring all of that.
If there is a historical problem, there
you should really go to the prosecutor's office. If you know of somebody scamming an affordable housing unit and renting it out to
Any,
somebody, you should
yeah.
probably
Any more
call the
questions
prosecutor's
from,
office.
You do your job.
Council?
I'd like to make a comment.
Okay.
Obviously, we've heard a lot of discussion about this, and obviously, there's a lot of negotiating that went along before this was put into an ordinance form. We heard how it was being challenged, more negotiations went on, so this is something that has been agreed upon, number one. Secondly is concerning the apartments downtown. I'm still very opposed to that. I hate going up into the city and watching the multiple story buildings along the waterway that could be used to make something really impressive for Tom's River. I just can't imagine people want some kind of monstrosity along the water when they have a chance to really make the waterfront really, really attractive. We don't have that much waterfront to begin with, so let's not give it away. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Okay, anyone else? No? Councilwoman O'Toole, do you have a comment or no?
No comment.
Okay, thank you. All right, would someone like to make a motion on number 7,
I'll
please?
motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion to approve item 7 was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
No, because, listen, I'm not going to have this town get any more destroyed than it already is. It's just not right to jam more and more and more down people's throats over there. It's hard enough to park in there. It's just not conducive to do the plan in this way. Plus, if the appellate court said no, pretty sure that's higher than the Superior Court, so we should be following their order, so no.
Councilman Bianchini,
I was on a zoning board, I voted no. I was on a council, the last meeting I voted no. And I'm going to be consistent, I'm voting no. Plain and simple.
that leaves us Councilwoman O'Toole. Council Vice President Iverson,
No.
Council President Sakozy.
So this is in my ward, Ward 4, and a couple months back, I voted yes for this. I didn't like it, and I didn't have all the information back then. And like number 6, number 7 is 100% on the mayor's. He negotiated this. I didn't know about it. I wasn't brought in on it. So I'm changing my vote from yes to no on this for all the following reasons: the zoning board, the lawsuits, the judges upholding the zoning board for the township
I would just
of
like
Toms
to,
River.
uh,
So I vote no.
Council President, I would just like to make a brief comment to explain to you how I would proceed. If you purposely throw these units away to try and force the tower project, I will veto everything that is on tonight, and we will start again with one ordinance for everything. So you negotiated a package. I met with your developer friends last night for hours in this package.
Pardon me?
That's right.
What-
Either
my
you're going to
developer-
pass it as one package, or it'll all be vetoed and we'll come back next time. So it's your call how you want to proceed, but I
Okay.
am perfectly
Thank you
okay
very
if you
much.
say,
We don't like to be threatened.
okay,
So-
that's fine,
okay,
but
thank you,
I am
Mayor.
I'm not going to allow
Thank
you to
you.
bring the towers back. It's your
Okay.
call what you do.
Okay.
If you want to
Well-
take another shot at it for a vote, that's fine, but otherwise it's all getting vetoed. We might as well just adjourn.
Okay, thank you.
Council-
Oh, and Mayor,
Council,
you were a guest here at this meeting?
No, I'm not. I'm a
Okay,
statutory
and-
participant.
and
I know there are people that
You're
tell you that,
free
but
to leave right now.
I'm a
if you choose.
statutory participant. I
You
know
don't
you
have
like to call me a
wait for
guest.
public comment.
I'm a
You
statutory
can leave
participant.
right now if you choose.
I'm a
Thank you.
statutory participant, and I'm not leaving.
Council President,
Okay.
Council President, may I be heard on one item?
Pardon?
May I be heard on one item just to provide just some comment just on the Jamestown, just for your consideration?
It's over. We already voted.
I just,
Okay, everything else will be
But you
vetoed.
want to put it in the record?
I would like to at least make this one note for your consideration. It feels like, I represent this entire township. I do feel like it's necessary. I would love to meet in executive session.
Okay.
No, but let me
Only
just say
if you
this.
speak up, okay?
How
On the
about a recess?
Listen,
You like
what
this
I wanted
recess?
to just identify was that there is a settlement agreement that has been approved by this council
And the court.
in providing for this very settlement. Part of that is it is required to carry out the overlay zoning. And the risk, if you don't carry out the overlay zoning, is that this challenger gets to go to the court and say, hey, this is an easy decision. The township didn't do what it needed to do. And that's,
And they'll
they're
pass it anyway.
immediately in the position of challenging a plan that they have been approved to be part of. So I just want to say that this is a substantial decision being made.
Maybe we should.
There was a settlement agreement that provided for this.
Okay, we
It's a
know that,
very
and
easy-
we appreciate your statement, but the
Just wanna
vote
make sure.
has already.
Would you like to
been
take a
taken.
recess?
No.
No.
No?
Okay.
No, your friends in the audience that want the towers are yelling no, but you may want to take a recess.
You're not recognized and you're out of turn, please, okay? All right, we're going to move on, Mr. Clerk, to number 8, the first reading.
Item number 8 is a first reading. It's a first reading ordinance implementing a portion of the township's fourth round affordable housing compliance plan by one, adopting an affordable housing overlay zone for property located at block 171, lot 22, 1970 Lakewood Road. 2, authorizing the development of the township-owned property located at block 171, lot 22, 1970 Lakewood Road by negotiated agreement for a 100% affordable housing project. And 3, authorizing the development of a township-owned property located at block 171, lots 23 and 42, 1976 and 1980 Lakewood Road by negotiated agreement for a 100% affordable housing project. And further, granting consent for the establishment of a cemetery on the property known as Block 145, Lot 6.01 on the township tax map, commonly known as 100 Honey Locust Drive. This is a first reading, so no public comment is required.
Well, I'm going to allow public comment on this. So if there's anyone here that has a comment about number 8, please come forward and just make a brief comment if you can, or if you have a question on it. So please come forward if there's anybody.
Mike Messina, I live in Toms River. Just curious, the Honey Locust development, whatever that is, that's part of the plan that's being submitted to Judge Gertner, I'm assuming, at some point to...
No.
No?
This is for a cemetery.
This is for a cemetery. All right, so they're putting a cemetery
They're gonna-
across the way from the other cemetery on Honey Locust? Because
Possibly.
that's all it is, just a cemetery. No,
Yeah.
no housing.
No house.
Answer, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Is there anyone else? No? Okay. So I need a motion to close public comment, please.
Motion to close public comment.
Roll call, please.
Motion to close public comment was made by Councilman Iverson and I believe Councilman Bradley. Close public comment, Councilman Iverson,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole,
Yes.
and Council President Sarkozy.
Yes. So when I saw this the other day, number 8, and it just struck me strange that all 3 items were looped into one ordinance. It just popped out at me, and I think each individual one should be separate on this. So I don't know why it's looped in, and we just got 8, 9, and 10 this evening, right before it's 6 o'clock. Yes, along with these papers and all the fine print on 6, 7, 8, 9, and
I got
10.
10 over here. 10.
And 10. So it's a lot of information on this, and we're supposed to decide as we go whether to vote yes or no on this. So, it's up to the council here. If you have any comments or any ideas, just say your piece right now.
Harry, did you read this? Did you get a chance to read all this?
I went through it,
You did?
yes.
How's that possible?
We just got it.
I just got it right before the meeting.
Listen, you all know, you all know you'll
You're
have.
out of turn, all right?
Right.
So
Wait,
I'm
yeah,
asking
This is
for,
like, you guys
uh,
are like the, you guys are
uh,
like the liberal media.
council
My God, nobody can
comment
speak
right
except
now.
for yourselves. Spew lies and. So, again, Dave, you were involved in every bit of this, the entire plan, from the beginning to the end, and everyone will have access to all the legal documents between first and second reading, although we're going to probably have to restructure everything again into one ordinance, so you'll get to read it that way. Like I said, at this point, If we're not passing all of this, we're doing it over again. So, you know, you could stay here all night if you like, but I will not allow you to force
will
the,
be part
I
of
will
the
not
discussion.
allow you to force the towers. I will
We're
not allow,
not forcing anything.
I will not allow you.
We're not letting
and
you force
Iverson
this on
and
us.
Bianchini to
We're
force
not
the
letting
towers.
you force on
We will not
this,
allow it.
Mayor.
We will not allow it.
We're not allowing you
I will not allow
and
it.
your puppets over
I will
here
not allow
and
it.
on the telephone.
You're in the
to
tank with developers for years.
your
I will
thing.
not allow it.
So,
I will not
okay.
allow it.
All right.
I will not allow it. You've had access to this from the very beginning, and if you think that you're going to force
Council
those towers on the
President, motion to
community,
table.
it's not happening.
Dave, Clint talks. Clint's-
How many
Motion to
buildings do you
table.
own downtown, Dave?
Okay, which one? Number 8?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Did you hear that?
I heard the second from Councilman Nivison. I didn't hear the first.
Councilman Bradley made the motion
To table.
and,
8, 9, and 10.
and,
Good.
and
Table it.
Councilman Vice Chair Nivison seconded.
Table it all.
So Councilman Bradley made a motion to table items number 8, 9, and 10.
We'll come back after the judge tells us what to do.
Good, good. Yeah. Perfect, yep.
Perfect.
I'll be there.
9
Perfect.
and 10. Councilman Bradley, to table 8, 9, and 10.
Yes.
Councilman Nivison,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
let's see, Councilman Coleman,
Vote no only because I'm concerned about the repercussions.
Oh, God, repercussion.
Councilman Aber,
No.
Councilwoman O'Toole to table 8, 9, and 10,
Table it.
Absolutely not.
and Council President Sikosi.
Okay, before I vote, I only found out about part of this Monday afternoon, okay, Monday afternoon. I didn't hear anything yesterday, but this morning I started to hear bits and pieces that the mayor's plan was also blowing up, okay? I don't want to talk too much about it, but we had a builder, another builder that came on board, highly respected, a good man that has developed beautiful properties and buildings in Toms River, and he presented a plan for his 10 acres of property, private property. For some reason or whatever, that's not going through for the last minute. Okay, okay? No, I want people to understand. So within 24 hours, another piece of township property, another 10 acres, was going to be used for affordable housing. It's for a total of 20 acres for free land, okay? When the mayor talks about downtown, the 2 6-story towers, it's not 10 stories in his letters or whatever. He never mentioned that it was part of the redevelopment plan, 20 years in the making for downtown Toms River. He never mentioned that affordable housing was part of that. He never mentioned that they were doing the boardwalk, the amphitheater, storefronts there. He never mentioned that the town was getting $5.6 million in grants for improvements with the street, with the flooding, the parkway entrance, and whatever. And the previous administration bought the motel for like $3.2 million, okay? And
Gave it away for
Mayor,
a dollar.
please,
Gave it away for a
please,
dollar.
okay?
Keep talking.
But that builder was giving so much back to the town in other ways that on this township property, we don't even have an appraisal for the 10 acres each, what the dollar value is to the town. That's number one. Then they're not doing anything for the town. We're not getting anything back to that. So, and there's going to be like 55 acres left of open space. And so I'm thinking out of the box, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and let's work this out and do something with that office space downtown and let's get this done. But you can't arbitrarily do it on your own. You have to get us involved with this. And yes, there's going to be a lot of screaming and yelling, and we're going to go back and forth. And maybe we can't come to some kind of agreement. All right? We're not going to be happy, and you're not going to be.
Am I going to have an opportunity to speak?
Yeah, but Mayor, you got to bring us on board.
Sure.
For this and work
I
this out.
appreciate that.
So,
and,
so I'm.
you're not going to let me
vote-
speak?
I'm voting yes to table it.
Okay, so what I would like to address right now is this repeated statement that you're not involved. Anyone in the public that would like to Oprah the call record, the text log, or the email log will see that these people have been texted literally dozens of.
Mayor, I don't have my computer or my. You
don't have your computer.
I don't have the
Hang
telephone
on,
either.
hang on, why
that
are-
was taken
you're
away from
interrupting
me.
me. I thought you
by
recognized
court
me.
order. So
I
don't
thought you-
say
I thought
that
you recognized-
I've been Oprah'd with
I
it
thought you
because I
recognized
haven't
me.
had my computer
I
or
thought
telephone
you
for
recognized me.
weeks.
I call you on your personal line.
And what?
And-
I don't answer.
Right?
I never answer you.
Exactly, thank you. Thank you
Okay.
for sharing that, Dave.
Right.
You folks never answer.
Right.
You never answer, and then you come here, and then you come here and say,
Yeah.
I don't include
Yeah.
you. You're right,
Yeah.
you never answer.
Right.
And it is shameful, and it is a dereliction of your duty. And you are
Mayor.
selling out our town for years.
Hello.
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Sell out.
10 years on the planning board selling out this town.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to force the
Right.
towers on us,
Yeah.
and you just admitted to this entire room and to the camera that you don't answer any calls.
Because you call me the
You
day
don't
of,
answer
like
a single
today.
call. Anybody who
Why did
wants
I
this
answer?
can request it. It's
Why did I
dozens
get
upon
answer?
dozens upon dozens of calls,
applies to you anyway.
phone calls, emails, and
Clerk,
text messages.
Move on, please.
Let him yell.
We'll
Okay.
send it to the press.
you.
Thank you for tabling
Move
everything.
on to public comments now, please.
Good night.
Okay.
I-
Go ahead,
I-
shut the
Can
shut the
I
feed
just,
off.
I would just like to say one thing. The worst thing that ever happened to Tom's River has spoken.
You're shaking like, your hand's shaking like a leaf because you know your neighbors don't agree with you.
I would.
You know that who doesn't agree? They won't even shop at your farm anymore.
Can I see it? Can I see a hand?
Yeah, they don't see the hand.
Agrees.
Hand, yeah.
Worst thing that
Look
ever
at that.
happened to Tom's
Look at
River.
that.
Come on.
Terrific, yeah.
Don't be afraid.
I would.
They're not afraid.
I would respectfully ask if the mayor could stay for public comment.
Oh, no.
Is that possible?
No, I'm done. There's no reason to stay here anymore.
doesn't wanna
Everything's
hear
been
what the
addressed.
town has
If you
to
have
say.
questions, you have my
I
personal
had a
cell
question,
phone number.
And I'm not calling you either. I would.
Yeah, you won't call. You won't call back.
No.
You have my phone. Call me. Stop being a political hack.
You-
Pick up the phone.
A parent.
Pick up the phone.
I have the
Messina.
floor.
No,
I
you
have the
don't.
floor.
You don't.
Public
Yes, you
comment.
do. It's public comment. He has a floor.
I have a question.
You're on your way
You
out.
haven't voted for public comment yet.
we have.
You're incompetent. You haven't done it yet. You need to move to public comment.
Open the
Mike,
public
Mike, don't
comment.
get
I
yourself-
don't
sit
have
down,
to
don't get
vote
yourself.
on it.
I have two questions. First off, there is a plan in place now, I would presume, since the